Welcome back to Hockey Tonight. I'm Paul Romanuk along with Bob McKenzie. Final score in this one, 4-3. Houston defeating Las Vegas. Great finish to this game. Mark Freer, the former Peterborough Pete, picking up the hat trick for Houston on the way to the win in this one. Other games going on tonight we'll bring you right up to date on. Many of those games finals at this stage. Starting off with the good old International League. A couple of other games played. Kansas City defeating Indy by a score of 3-2. Jan Shalom played a strong game tonight, the former Czech national junior player. Kalamazoo defeating Milwaukee. Actually, they're in the third period. The score is 4-3. Kalamazoo first in the Northern Division heading into this game. Milwaukee first in the Central, so a battle of a couple of the top teams in the International League taking place. Now to the American League and some final scores. Albany over Adirondack, 4-2 is the final score. Heading into this game, Albany was 1 point back of second place Adirondack. They win the game and they leapfrog over top of them in the Northern Division. Cape Breton defeating PEI by a score of 5-3. Had PEI won this game, they would have moved into first place. They didn't. Joseph Czerny had a couple of goals for Cape Breton, both unassisted, both in the final 5 minutes of the game. St. John over St. John's by a score of 5-4. Mark Gregg with the game-winning goal for St. John. Cornwall playing the Worcester Ice Cats, and they really grabbed the cat by the tail tonight. 7-2 is the final. They led at 1 point by a score of 6-0. Rene Corbett having another good year. He has 19 points so far. Former sniper from the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Springfield 4-3 over Binghamton. John LeBlanc with the game-winning goal in overtime. Pretty good matchup between these two teams. And a lot of good hockey taking place in the International League this year, as well as in the American League, but attendance in the eye really spiking.
Well, what they've done is they've gone to a lot of major markets. And when you go to the major markets, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to win really big or you're going to lose dismally. And what's happening with the International Hockey League, they are winning big. Places like Detroit, Chicago, Denver. You look at the top of the attendance and the average so far, the Detroit Vipers up over 13,000, the Denver Grizzlies well over 11,000. Same thing with the expansion Chicago Wolves, and the team we watched tonight at the Summit, the Houston Aeros, 11,000. After that, it drops down below 10,000 on the average. Milwaukee Admirals around the 8,000 mark. But certainly, you look at the extraordinary success of the International League and see that the kind of numbers they're posting, no arguing with it.
A lot of people are going to say the only reason they're posting those kinds of numbers because of the NHL lockout. But is that simplifying it maybe a little bit too much and not giving enough credit to teams in the eye?
I would say so, because we know that even last year with the NHL playing, teams in the East Coast Hockey League were picking up 9, 10, 11,000 fans a game. Hockey has become a very popular sport. The fans in the United States don't know it like Canadians know the game, but they know what they like, and they like going out to the rink and watching a hockey game, and it doesn't have to be the National Hockey League. In fact, it might be in some centers better than the National Hockey League because it doesn't cost as much. Prices for International League games are 10, 15 bucks. A family can afford to go to it. The National Hockey League, significantly more than that. It really is out of the price range for the average person.
Now, does the relationship between the International Hockey League and the NHL become a little bit more competitive now? Because the IHL going into big markets, not just the small market teams.
There's a little bit of uneasiness. Right now, though, they've got the new collective bargaining agreement, which shows for like a salary cap, luxury tax. They know that the players that they're trying to sign are not going to be signed to the mega deals that the National Hockey League players are looking for. So for now, they're not a direct threat, but everybody is looking over their shoulders a little bit at a lot of the centers in the International League.
Final score tonight in the International League, and you saw it here on TSN. Houston defeating Las Vegas by a score of 4-3 in a whale of a game. More still to come in Hockey Tonight.
The Trevor Linden Bauer Hockey Stick is the best chunky soup stick offer yet.
No, it's not. The Wendel Clark Bauer Hockey Stick is the best chunky soup stick offer yet.
No, it's not.
Call 1-800-995-9512 to find out how to get a Wendel Clark or Trevor Linden signature stick with 7 labels from delicious chunky soup.
The best way to eat chunky soup is with a fork.
Au contraire, mon ami.
We took the most comfortable full-size pickup on the road and made it more comfortable. We took the most thoughtful interior on the market and made it more thoughtful. We took the biggest cab in the industry and made it bigger. The new Dodge Ram Club Cab. First we changed the rules, then we stretched them. From Dodge, Canada's truck stop.
Cape Breton defeating the Ottawa Senators farm team PEI tonight by a score of 5-3. Just like the Senators, PEI had a miserable season last year. Things looking up for PEI this year.
The logo may be the same, but that's where the similarity ends. This season's PEI Senators are anything but a carbon copy of last year's team. For starters, they're winning and are involved in a tough, close battle for top spot in the Atlantic Division. A change has also been made behind the bench. Dave Allison leads a new group of players. Only 6 from the club's dismal inaugural season remain.
There's no comparison from last year to this year. Last year we just had young forwards and we didn't really have much up front. We had good defense, but we need some goals to win, and we didn't get that last year. But this year we got an all-around squad, and it's really happy to be playing with it this year.
The organization has gone out and procured some pretty good hockey players and increased their depth, and we've been enjoying that situation.
The addition to the Senators' roster of left winger Michel Picard from the Portland Pirates and center Steve LaRoche of the IHL's Atlanta Knights is paying off. They are 2 of the league's top scorers, and along with rookie Daniel Gerard, they have come to be known as the French Connection.
This year is doing pretty well. I play with Michel Picard, and it's a guy I play with him when I play junior in Quebec League. So right now we do it great, and I hope we keep going on the same way.
We communicate in French on the ice, so the other team can understand, so that's pretty good.
Michel Picard has really been paying a lot of attention to defense, as is Stevie LaRouche, and I think that that's going to separate them from other minor league players when the opportunity arises to play in the National Hockey League.
NHL play may not be so far away. When and if the season gets underway, PEI is expected to lose these players to the parent club in Ottawa.
Well, that's what we're here for.
With the on-ice turnaround, management hoped Island hockey fans would be more excited about the team and come out to the rink. But so far, that hasn't rung true. The Senators are selling only 60% of the seats. Gary Thompson is the team's director of operations. He says considering the city's size, it's not that bad. Charlottetown has a population of only 35,000. It's the smallest market in the American Hockey League.
Again, having said that, 2,500 people represents about 7.5% of the population of the immediate area, so which is very good.
Some fans say the low turnout has nothing to do with the team's performance.
Where here with Charlottetown, such a small area, I mean, it's hard to draw, no question.
Dollars are tight for a lot of people. A lot of people are unemployed, and they don't have the money to put out.
To be fair, the team does have its share of devoted fans like these ones, and they can't understand why Islanders don't flood the building.
We're fighting for first place. We have 2 scorers that are tops in the AHL. I can't understand why the fans don't come out.
I try to come to all the games that I can, because like I said, it's probably as close to the NHL as we're ever going to get.
Even so, Thompson says the team can't operate forever with a less than full building.
There's no talk right now about pulling the team out, but I can assure you that if support doesn't pick up, say by the 1st of January or February, I'm sure we'll sit down and talk about it.
The Senators' winning record has league opponents taking notice of a team that wasn't taken too seriously at all last season. The question now remains, can the team have the same effect on the people of Prince Edward Island? Robin Matsumoto, TSN in Charlottetown.
Good to see a nice guy like low-key Dave Allison back at the bench.
Low-key. I saw Dave Allison spill more blood in the American Hockey League as a player. He played for John Brophy, the Nova Scotia Voyageurs, for years. A real hard-nosed, tough veteran defenseman. Fought all comers, bled all over the ice, did a great job. A real leader and a real disciple of John Brophy. Tries to get the most out of all his players at all times. Nice to see him back after being let go by the Kingston Frontenacs last year.
All right, pretty strong game tonight. It was Houston over Las Vegas by a score of 4-3. Mark Freer had the hat trick. Our next hockey game will be Medicine Hat against Kamloops this Saturday, 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific Time. Just a reminder, Sports Desk is coming up next with Brendan and Michael. I'm Paul Romanuk for Bob McKenzie. So long.